Have you ever looked at your theatre ticket and thought, stalls, dress circle, box? What does this mean? Well, let's just dive straight into that. At its heart, theatre architecture isn't about just cramming as many people in as possible. It's about class, it's about prestige, it's about social status. And over centuries, theatres renamed their seating areas to reflect that. Let's start at the bottom, the ground level. We call this the stalls. Cast your mind back 500 years ago, the stalls are standing room, the cheapest entry, and were reserved for the peasants. Also, the ground floor housed the upper class members of society's horses in horse stalls. The little one-horse cubicle things, they're called stalls. So the theatre-going peasant was on the same social standing as a horse. That's why we call them the stalls. Some people call it the pit, which has similar connotations. It was standing room, muddy, and kind of a dugout. I'm throwing no shade to people that like to sit in the stalls today. The next level is our dress or royal circle. We call this the dress circle because people would get dressed up to go to the theatre and wanted to be seen in their finery. They wanted the peasants to look up at them and say, "Don't I look bloody sexy today?" It's also where the royalty chose to sit, so they could have a clear view of the stage while the peasants were looking up at them. Because even 500 years ago, the audience thought the theatre was all about them. In my opinion, front row dress circle is usually your best view in the house. Next up, we have the upper circle or balcony, which many people refer to as the gods. It's quite a dramatic name, isn't it? The gods. The reason we call them the gods is because they were the highest seats and they were closer to heaven, closer to the gods. And people wanted that. People wanted to be closer to God up there, and that's why you get your cherubs and stuff at the high parts of theatres now, because it's godly. Nowadays, cheapest seats in the house. Not to treat you like you're thick, but it's called a balcony because it's like a balcony. And then we've got the royal boxes. These are private little enclosures that would sit between 2 to 5 to 6 people. This meant that royalty got to sit away from the riffraff. But Tom, sometimes the boxes aren't even facing the stage. It would be an awful view of the show. You know, you're absolutely right there. That's because royalty wanted you to look at them and not the stage. What is more important than what's going on down there? It's all about status. So next time you're booking a theatre ticket, think to yourself, am I a peasant? Do I want to be seen in the stalls? Or should I get dressed up and head upstairs where everyone can look at me?